Okay, hi, this is Alice Bull from scrapbookwonderland.com and the ScrapHappy membership group. Today we're going to be scrapbooking. It's a live crop where we get to scrapbook together, super fun, and I'll be using a kit from the Wild Hair Kits. Now these kits are custom curated, so when you order a kit, this one is the deluxe kit. When you order a kit from the Wild Hair, you actually kind of get some input. So you pick out your style, you kind of give an idea of the things that you'd like, things that you don't like. If you have special requests, you can put those in, but the kit is picked for you. So it's both like the excitement of a surprise, and you get the knowledge of somebody who really knows how to put together a good kit. So it's not just like one design team's kind of vision, because those pages, like, while they're beautiful, can feel so matchy-matchy, right? So the benefit of having a designed kit by somebody else is that you get to put together different things that you might not have thought to put together. And everything in the kit will go together, and oh, it feels so good. So here we go. I'll show you what is in my kit this month. And if you remember last month, my kit hadn't arrived because I had ordered it kind of late, and then my date was earlier in the month than normal. So we did a super fun challenge board, and you can see the layout that I made right there last month. It was the Love You to the Core page, and the replay for that month is on the on my Scrapbook Wonderland YouTube channel. And I also did a process video last month which turned out really good, and that is posted on my YouTube channel as well. Pictures, good to go. Okay, so let's take a peek at what's in this kit, and we will get scrapping. So how about if I'll put the bits to the side? We'll look at the paper first today. I usually do it the other way. First off, okay, I'm already really excited because this first paper that I see is like really my style. I love it because it's covered in arrows. So check out the arrows. It's kind of a more minty teal color, and it's from Crate Paper. It's from the Here and There collection. And then you've got a really cool map paper on the back, and it's kind of showing like currents or something like that, like water currents, I think, in between like the land. So that's kind of fun. Ooh, this is neat. Okay, there's a cut file in here. Check out the cut file. It's got some of the little pieces. I just have to punch them out. I might try to use that. That's really, really cool. I love it. Oh, I can see Deanna. She's like, yes. So if anybody is interested in chatting, you can open up the little chat so that you can chat. If you're on video, that's cool. And at any point later, we're going to do show and tell for sharing. So the next paper in here is from Pinkfresh Studio, and it has little sayings on it. No beauty shines brighter than a good heart. You make mistakes, mistakes don't make you. Forever is composed of nows. Happiness looks good on you. Knowledge is power, but enthusiasm pulls the switch. Great things never come from comfort zones. Oh, so it's so many fun little sayings on here. And, you know, you could use like the whole paper, or you could like cut out a piece of it. Have stories to tell, not stuff to show. Fall asleep with a dream and wake up with a purpose. Oh, super fun. And look at the funky backgrounds. It kind of looks like strips of washi tape or something like that, but like kind of distressed and aged. Really cool. Next paper is from Simple Stories. It is a black and cream kind of stripe. And like this part here actually has like little typing on it, but it's like faded and kind of worn out. So something like that. Deborah says, Alice, I'm going to have to get with you about setting up text message reminders. I always miss you. Or like today, I'm late. You're arriving just on time, Deborah. We are just starting. Heather says, Deborah, do you have Outlook? I use it to remind me of the Scrappy events. If you are in the ScrapHappy membership, we actually have a monthly calendar on Google, and I know you can set up alerts through Google as well. The back of the Simple Stories paper has these little plus signs all over it, and it kind of has like a little bit of worn, distressed look around the edges. So that's cute. Also from Simple Stories, a cut apart sheet. Live colorfully, love, or your vibe, your tribe. Hello today. Look on the bright side. Oh, hello there. Let your light shine. And oh, I love the back. So here's this paper from Simple Stories. It is from their Good Vibes collection. And look at this polka dots on the back. I love that. So fun. Oh my gosh. I love like the different colors and stuff. Yeah. And then in that same collection from Simple Stories, you can tell this by seeing the paper, are these super fun arrows. I think they're getting the message. I love arrows. So the message is coming through. And look at these polka dots. And some of them have like a little bit of that text. Some of them have little lines on it. That's a really neat paper. And it's kind of cream. It's not white. It's cream to go with this Simple Stories. So I am seeing a mix of cream and white in my kit. And I'm like, having a little momentary panic. But, you know, we'll live. We'll live. Let's see. Deborah says she doesn't use Outlook as she has some kind of email. I do use Google Calendar. We'll see what I can do. I've not been happy with my participation for some time, and a Saturday is no excuse. Well, I'm glad that you're getting back on the participation pad. Oh, look at this cute pattern. That is so, so pretty. It is also from the Simple Stories Good Vibes collection. I guess you could put it like this. And then it's got like this kind of wonky pattern. Now I have to say, like, I've seen this pattern in a few places, and when you look at it, it makes me a little bit dizzy. Does anybody agree? It's like this, you know, like the zigzaggy kind of pattern. I don't know what the name of that pattern is. If anybody knows, fill me in. But it's like, oh, a little bit dizzying. But this side here, I super love. Okay, apparently they liked it because look at this washi tape. They've made washi tape with that design on it. That's fun. So it's that washi tape, and I've got some of it. Also from the Good Vibe Simple Stories, I've got this fun embellishment pack. It has like tons of cute little things in there. I like the little black and white striped sweaters. I'm serious. I'm surprised I'm not wearing black and white striped right now because I have so much of it in my closet. It's crazy. Happy crafting. My little note from Allison. Ooh, this is a different sequin collection. So this is the Rustic Living, and it's from Spiegel Mom Scraps. There's kind of like purpley pinks, some green, some really golden yellow, and some brown sequins in here. Check out this packet. That is really cool. Oh, so Natalie is here. She says, sorry, I'm a bit late to the party, ladies. How's everyone doing? I think we're off to a good start. I got some fun things in my kit. So here from the Wild Heart collection are some ribbons. What do you call these? Just ribbons, right? Like, they're like blue ribbon prize kind of ribbons, but custom made. So this is from crepe paper. They're cute. They kind of look Maggie Holmes. I wonder if that's a Maggie Holmes collection or if it's just regular crepe paper. Oh, these are super sweet. Some freckled fawn little enamel embellishments, and they've got like little pictures all over them. Super cute. Just that nice little sprinkling of yumminess. Janet says, hello, I made it. Welcome. And then, ooh, from Colorcast Designs, there are some little wooden things. Let's have a look at this. Let's see what's in here. They are all hexagon shapes. And I'm just like opening them up off camera. That's very useful, Alice. Okay. So this one says Splish Splash. There is a watermelon. Let's have a look. Sweet treat. We got some smaller ones. This one has flip-flops on them. There's some popsicles. There's like a little bikini. Oh my God, look at the little bikini. Yeah, I won't be wearing one of those. Sorry. Should I hold it closer? There we go. That's super cute. There's ice cream cone. and like a beach chair with an umbrella. Okay, so some cute things. Oh, what's this one say? Abundant sunshine. So some cute little summery hexagon pieces in there from Colorcast Designs. Oh, this is fun. So we've got some papers, and they are 6x8 papers. I bet you, I'm gonna guess, because the colors look the same. I'm guessing that they're from this Wild Heart paper with crepe paper. Oh yeah, totally they are. So you can kind of see on the back of there. And I'm pretty sure that's some of the same paper. So we've got a collection of 6x8 papers. So that could be totally fun, either for my pocket page or to layer up, right? Because sometimes, don't you guys hate this? Okay, so you're making a page, 12x12 layout, and you just need some layers. And you have to cut like this giant 12x12 piece of paper. Maggie Holmes, Willow Lane, says Allison. Thank you. It probably says on the sheet, like there's actually like a sheet in here that tells me stuff, and I forget to read it every time. Yeah, so those are in there from there. Anyways, so I think that for me, like layering is one of those things. I hate having to cut up a full 12x12 sheet because I need, you know, a piece this big to layer in behind my stuff. So yeah. Tammy Lee says, hi everyone, very cool paper and washi. Allison said she missed the ribbon. Can she see again? So there was some washi tape or these little ribbons. Which ones? Okay, so there's the washi tape. I guess that's not really ribbon, but these are probably the ones you're talking about. Do you call those like, what do you call those things? I can't think of what they're called. Awesome. Yeah, so lots of fun things in here. And I've been like kind of saving like the last two here because like, okay, you know, I have a small obsession with thickers, and check out these ones. Very fun thickers. They kind of have those muted tones with like navies thrown in there. Award ribbons. Thanks, Natalie. Like, yeah, I know. I'm like the blue ribbon prize. Oh, and these are neat. Okay, so this is a company I'm not really familiar with. It's called Bramble Fox, and these are petite perspectives. And it says, please peel the vinyl layer to reveal our glossy surface. It's from a UK company, so that's cool. I love trying out new things, and sometimes, you know, like you don't always notice something new. So this is a great way to try something new. I love that. Ooh, I can't wait. Because, okay, so you guys know I've been obsessed with acrylic pieces, and we've had tons of them from Colorcast Design. Love them. But these ones are from another company, and they're so cute. Okay, so there is a little one that says noted. Oh, look how cute. And arrows. Like, guys, arrows. Just love all the arrows. And what's this one say? This one says story. That's so cute. This one says enjoy. Holding them up. This one says today. And I'm I've dropped like every single one, have I? And then this one says love. Am I holding it the right way? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so Allison says, I'm so excited she's here. She's like the designer that puts this all together. Allison says, Bramble Fox is an awesome acrylic company out of the UK, and their designs are fab. The color will change slightly when you peel off the vinyl backing. So I will do that, and I'm excited to see these. So there's like a soft pink. You can kind of see from the side that they're a soft pink. So fun. I am like, playing. And the notes section, which is highlighted in my sheet, says, hi, Alice, thank you for your order. I don't have the new One Canoe 2 or Jen Hadfield in stock yet, so I'll send those in your next kit. I think she has those in now, actually. But I was able to include lots of luscious summery color this time, as well as some brand new acrylics from Bramble Fox. I also sent some faves: sequins, alphas, florals, wood veneers, and die cuts. Enjoy. So, hey, super fun. Allison said they created an amazing December set that will work for anyone doing a daily project. Let me know if you want that for December. You can see them on our Instagram feed. Ooh, now I like want them even though I haven't seen them yet, because I'm just like, these ones are super pretty. Okay, enough fawning over the stuff. It's time to tell some stories and to get scrapping. I printed off a photo of myself. Now, this month is a load month for the ScrapHappy membership group. So load is a layout a day project where literally every single day for a whole month, we make a scrapbook page. I've been a little guilty of not getting my pages done every day. Let's confess right now. But I'm here scrapbooking today. Now, this month, the whole theme is based on Broadway musicals. It's called Broadway Rhythm, and every day is based off of a different musical, and some kind of story is pulled out of that. So for today, it was based on the musical of Wicked, and it did ask about a potentially wicked situation that may have arose, or maybe something that you were blamed for that wasn't your fault. And I'm like, that doesn't usually happen. It's usually my fault. But yeah, so then the other part said to use a sketch, and I love sketches. I love looking at sketches. So I have to say, so the way I often use sketches is I look at sketches. I like the way that they're laid out. I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea. I should remember to do that. But then when I actually sit down, I always forget to use sketches. Like, it's just super funny. So for my page, I actually printed off this picture of me walking around a pond outside. And this is not in my yard, I wish, but we do have a nice little pond, but it's not really big enough to walk around. But this one is down at Rotary Park. It's our public park. It is such a nice park to go to. It's so, so good. So I really like this, and I thought it would give me some opportunity to just do some journaling. Whether it's about something wicked or not, I'm not sure. We'll see if I end up slanting in that direction. Kind of, I was thinking like more like the thoughts and feelings that I have right now with my kids going off to school, and telling some of that. That might be something like, it's not that that's any way related to Wicked, but it kind of just feels like the right thing. With arrows, that would be super fun because like my kids are going off in all these different directions. So that might be a thing. Yeah, so I think that would be super cool. So as I was looking through this stuff, there was a few things that popped out at me, of course. And I'm going to keep these papers handy because I think that could come in handy for some layers. And let's have a look at all the little goodies up top. Okay, so I super loved the confetti paper. That was like, ooh, I love this blue little check thing. But what I really, really loved was this cut file. And I've got some little parts that I just need to pull out of it. Or I could leave them in. Honestly, you can do that too, right? Like, I've seen people do that where they leave parts of the cut file in the cut file. And I'm always like, ooh, I don't know if I'm maybe too OCD to leave them like that, but I love it. So got this cut file, and I really, really loved that arrow paper. But I don't know, like if I put that over top of that, am I losing too many of my arrows? Maybe, hey? Okay, so I don't think it goes on there. Ooh, but it looks really good on this. And then I could back a couple of the areas, maybe. I like that. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go for it. And I'll definitely use these thickers. Got my picture. Now, I noticed that because the sky in my picture was so washed out, it kind of just blends. The sky just kind of totally just blends in with the white of the paper, and I thought that might be a really good area for doing some journaling, kind of at the top, and I could kind of like frame it like a taller photo if I journal like the whole kind of top section over my head, which means leaving a lot more of that white on there. But I'll trim it a little bit so I can trim the bottom off. And I think I'll trim the sides a little bit tighter in here too. So we'll start that way and go from there, because I have a lot of feelings about my son's going off to school. I have to say, like, I was a little, like, at first I was like really cavalier. It was like, oh yeah, they're going off to school. I'm totally cool with that. I'm so excited. Like, next big stage of their life. How exciting. And then my son that was farther away didn't call home for a while. And when I tried calling him, yeah, okay, I gotta go. I'm off to class. Yeah, I'm getting food. I gotta leave, right? It was just like we didn't have time for a real chat. And then I was like, oh, we spent 3 years being so close because I was driving him back and forth with all of his swimming. And then he was just like gone. And I'm like, talk to your mom. She's missing you. And then you don't want to like make him feel guilty about that either, right? So it's not like you can really, I just didn't feel like I should really tell him how I feel. But yeah, I think that telling some of those emotions, I don't know, how are you guys? Do you tend to like really tell stories that are like heartfelt emotions on your page? Like, I'm that person that tends to go like surface, right? I really have a hard time sometimes telling those deeper, more heartfelt stories, because that's like real life, man. Like, that's like, somebody might understand that I like have emotions, that I cry and stuff. Like, don't want people to know that, heaven forbid. So I think that that's a tough thing. Brielle says, I have so much more empathy for my mom now than I did when I went to college. I never called. I was so excited to be gone. I know, I was totally that kid. But I'm also that person that like, I don't enjoy like having too much emotion, right? It's like movies like The Notebook and stuff where you're gonna cry. I don't like to watch those. I usually get sucked into watching them because somebody else is trying to watch that, and I'm like, nah, it's fine. I'm good. I don't need to watch that kind of stuff. I know it's gonna be, and like, it's not like I'm not a crier. I'm totally a crier. You can see I'm practically crying right now, but I'm totally a crier, and I just know that if that's gonna happen, I can avoid that by not going there. So yeah, but I think that once in a while, having a really touching, meaningful page, it reminds me of why I do this at all, right? Let's see, Kristen says, I'm in the same place right now with my daughter just off to college. It's tough. Excited for her, but I miss her like crazy too. Yeah. And actually, both of my boys went to school this year. Last year, my son, he worked, he was home on weekends, and now my older son, he's off to college. My younger one's off to university. And I tell you, like, they're putting me through my paces with the emotions lately. Brielle says, if I have something serious to say on a page, I usually hide the journaling. Yeah. And I think that that's definitely a thing for me too, right? If it's like, a lot of words, lots of emotion stuff, sharing it isn't the problem. Like, obviously, I'm talking about that kind of stuff now. So it's not the sharing it. It's like the realness of writing it down that's kind of painful. Jen says, I haven't really scrapped anything of depth. I tend to scrap events. I did one of the World Trade Center site in Oklahoma. Is that right? Did I said that right? But that's been about it. Someday I want to do something about 9/11. We could see the towers from our apartment, but I just haven't been able to bring myself to deal with that one. Oh, so the Oklahoma. Yeah, it's, and that's the thing, like current events and stuff like that, like they bring up emotions. I remember one year I scrapbooked about a fire in my hometown. My brother had sent photos of the old arena burning down, and it was across from my high school, right? So it was like a fixture. And honestly, if people were hanging out somewhere, they were hanging out at the arena, let's be real, because it was that kind of small town that hockey is the life. And if you're into anything other than hockey, that's weird. But okay, so this picture is really big right now because I've left so much at the top, but I think that's going to give me so much room for journaling. But I'm just wondering how much room I really need for telling the story. The other option would be for me to type some journaling. Type journaling is good too. And I do have like one of those lovely We Are Memory Keeper typewriters. I wouldn't be able to type, I think, on this paper. I'd probably muck it up, let's be real. But I could layer white top over top of there. So that's still an option too. I just don't want to cover up too much of this beautiful paper. Okay, so let's have a look here. This is kind of what I'm doing. I'm putting myself down at the bottom lower corner, I think, because that's where I am, and that kind of keeps the page open. I'm not turned away funny, so I think that looks right. If I put it up here, my face would be in the middle, but it just puts the whole page off of balance. So I'm going to put it down here. And looking at this, I think I'm going to clear out the rest of those little pieces, actually. So much for me trying to leave it. Oh, sorry, the Mira building in Oklahoma, not the World Trade Center. As I was saying, and I'm like, is that the right thing? But yeah, I want to do some deeper things about our son, but I haven't wanted to share those feelings with him to see it. He's only 11 and still wrangling with the issues. Yeah, that's so tough because, you're not just scrapbooking your story, you're scrapbooking your kid's story. And so sometimes that's becomes that fine line of what can I tell? What should I tell? Does anybody else struggle with that if they're scrapbooking like stories about their family and other people, other loved ones? I think Natalie and I had talked about that one day, and it's how it becomes different when your kids become teenagers and you're telling their stories a little bit more on your pages because, this is more their life too, right? Okay, so looking at this is super cute. Look how pretty it is with that stuff in the background. Natalie says, hugely. For today's load page, I was thinking about how following my eldest best mate's Instagram feed and liking all the posts was seen as being wicked. That's funny. Scottish Diane says, I'm trying to get better at it. My load yesterday was about my son's first phone. And Natalie says, and that good deed was punished by my son asking me to make my own personal Instagram feed private. It's like, Mom, that's it. You're cut off. Okay, so I really like this background, but I'd really like to fill in some of this stuff. So what I think I'd like to do, because I like the idea of backing some of these circles on this, but I'm a little bit opposed to having to cut circles. But the good news is I've got a ton of punches in different size circles. So I'm going to guess I've got to have one that's like close enough to that. Like I gotta, right? Jen says, cute cut file for the backer. Oh, I know, it's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to bring something over. This is my tray of punches, but this is just my circle punches because I like circle punches. I have 3 trays of punches. One is circles, one is edges and borders, corners, those kind of things. And the other is like all the other strange shapes. And I did do like a big purge of my punches at one time because it was just stuff that I was never going to use. Circles, they get used. Okay, so let's have a look here. If I flip it upside down, I can see this one's too big. So that's the 3-inch. This one is 2 1/4. Ooh. Oh, it's like a little too small. Do I have a 2 1/2? No, not here. Wonder where it is. I don't have the 2 1/2 here. Well, what do I do? Maybe I'll use the 3-inch and then I'll trim down a little bit from there. At least it will be sort of circular and it'll be, ooh, it's actually really fairly close. I just might have to trim it a little bit. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, and I'm gonna use some of this. Ooh, I love this. So I think if I keep it all in similar tones, so I'm not like pulling like crazy tones out of it, but this will allow me to add some different colors and textures. I don't know about the pink. I don't know, maybe I should use it because it pulls like the burgundy of my shirt. Okay, so let's pull some of those out. Let's see how these circles go. How close are they? Oh, they're really close. I barely have to cut anything off of them. Okay, I'll show you how close they are. Okay, so here's the circle. You can see it's just a little bit too big. So if I cut just like a little tiny bit off of it, it's gonna work. Heather says it's at my house. Well, bring it over, Heather. Come on. I'm pretty sure I do have somewhere a 2 1/2-inch one, but you know, whether I've lent it to somebody or no, I cleaned out my bag. I was gonna say it was probably in my travel bag, but I've actually cleaned out my travel bag. So, okay, so I could never cut a circle that easy, but I can cut like a little edge off a circle and that works good. Okay, so we're gonna back that in there. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so cute. I feel like Paige Evans right now, guys, like making something like so detailed and cute. Like, whew, look at me go. No, if I was on that level, that'd be a whole different thing. Let's be real. But you know, we can all dream. She's like a personal hero. Her stuff is just so gorgeous. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start sticking them right in because otherwise I'm going to muck around and really worry about where everything is. And I'll probably just stress myself out. So I'm just going to stick them in as we go. So question, is this the kind of thing you do on your pages? Like, will you back a cut file and stuff like that? Or is that like finicky kind of stuff that you're like, no. Priel said, page vibes in your craft room. Oh my gosh, okay, so you're thinking it too. Yeah. And Jen says, if it helps, I want to be Jennifer Maguire when I grow up. I know. Actually, okay, so I think Paige Evans is amazing, but on her design team, she has Missy Whitten. And in a way, I actually love Missy's stuff more. She seems to play with like paints and sprays and that kind of like texture-y stuff a little bit more. She still plays with like Paige's collections because she designs, or she's on her design team. But one thing I like is Missy actually adds more journaling than Paige does sometimes. Sometimes Paige puts journaling, but sometimes like her pages, and she said it, like when I chatted with her, she said they're more about the art and making the art of it. And I still love the story. So for me, like I just think Missy Whitten is like, she's amazing. So if you're not following her on Instagram, seriously, follow her on Instagram. Oh, Go have a snack. Brielle says, when I'm in the mood, I love doing different fussy things. I actually love the process. Let's see. Heather said, I want to be Christina Werner. Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's so many good ones out there for us to like be inspired by, right? We're not short on inspiration by any means. So I'm going to tell you a funny thing. I actually never used to use liquid glue like this, like a little thing. Most I would ever use for liquid glue is like this liquid glass stuff from Close to My Heart. I would use that sometimes, but almost like it's pretty rare. Pretty rare. Okay, so let's put this in. Where do I want this one? And I'm gonna need a spot for my journaling. Kind of gotta, oh no, I've got the spot for my journaling because it's on the photos. See, there I am planning it though, as I'm making the layout. Got a plan for that spot for journaling. Title becomes the other thing. Just a little touch more. Yeah, no, this is actually pretty good. I don't know if the 2.5 would have been big enough actually, having seen like how little I have to chop off of this. Okay, so, oh, this is lovely. Yeah, I did a really fun little artsy project for a layout, and I'd love to show you guys, but it hasn't been released yet. It's actually my load sample layout that I did for day 29. So that will be coming out soon. So what I'll do is I'll put it up on my website on the Scrapbook Wonderland. I'll do a post for it as well and share it on there. But oh my gosh, this is so cute. And I'm not going to fill all of them. I'm just going to fill a couple. But I think I want to have at least 2 of the circles of each color, you think? That should be good, right? There. Tammy Lee says, I love all the details. And Jen agrees with Brielle. She says, it's rare for me to make a card without something hand cut. Well, if you've seen me scrapbook before, you'll know that I think fussy cutting is akin to the F word of the scrapbooking world. It's not exactly my thing. And yet, how often do I do it? Because we hear that discussion a lot. It's like, oh, fussy cutting. And I'm doing it again, and I'm doing it again. And I'm like, for somebody that doesn't like fussy cutting, I sure find a lot of ways to put it into my pages. Anybody else? What is your least favorite thing to do on a layout? Oh, I've never talked about that before. What is your least favorite part of making a layout? Oh, dying to know. So hopefully you'll either type, or if somebody like needs to take over the audio because you're like, I can't even tell you. I got to tell you in person. Tell me. Go ahead, take over the audio. Come on and tell us all about it. Oh, this is cute. Okay. I'm gonna put that color right there. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 circles of each color. That's been what's decided. When I'm cutting this, I'm gonna leave like enough to leave like a 4x6 if I need here. And this is gonna cut like just a little bit of the edges aren't coming out perfect, which I don't need anyways, so that's totally fine. Yeah, so your least favorite part of creating a layout. Ooh, that's a good question. Allison says she's got to run. Have fun. Oh, nobody's like confessing about the hard stuff. Everybody says everything's easy, right? It's all easy, Alice. What are you talking about? None of it's hard. Yeah. But I think... So, okay, so worse than fussy cutting. I have something that's worse than fussy cutting. Okay, first off, let's see. You got me, Diane. Tidying up afterwards. I was just going to say, worse than fussy cutting is the cleaning up my scrapbook room. So bad. Yeah. Heather says, my issues with adding the extra blingy things. Oh, some people are so talented with that. If you need to watch somebody that's inspiring, Shamel is great, but like somebody that, you know, you may not be as familiar with, Allison Day. Her YouTube is Allison Day Designs. She just has like that perfect little here and there, and she just makes like the embellishment part look so easy. I'm like, girl, man, you got that going on, because that is not my comfort zone, let's just say. Oh goodness, this is so cute, guys. Okay, I need one of those. Okay, I think I'll do two together up there. Okay, so one of these circles and one of those. Okay. There we go. Oh, my son just swam. 25:31. Oh, that's like good, but it's not as good as he'll have wanted. Darn it. Okay, he's at a swim meet today. He got to swim with his swim team. It's his first time he swam with his university team, and he's down in Calgary. So I was hoping he would have a really good swim and be like, yes, so good. And it's like, yeah, that's good. Actually, one of my my friend's daughter, she's like, are you there at the meet? And I'm like, no. She said, okay, I'll send you a video of his swim. I'm like, that would be amazing. Some young people, like, you know, people give young people a hard time, but I tell you, like, that's like the sweetest thing I've heard, guys. Let's see. Brielle says scrapping by myself, which I do 99% of the time. I know it's like kind of just lonely, although I cannot do journaling when I'm with other people. Like that part is like not happening. Just can't, right? But you know, I really miss like going to crops, which is ta-da, why we're doing this. But I think that having that chance to hang out with other people, it's just like, I don't know, like that old-fashioned quilting bee, but for scrapbooking. So I love it. Oh gosh, what did I do there? I moved this. I put this on the other way. I should have done it the other way, but I wanted the pattern to kind of go straight. Let's get glue on everything on camera, so there's proof. Okay, does that look good? No, I think I want it over there on the side. Okay, I'm gonna put it on there. Okay, this is almost done. I'm almost done. This will be the last one that I back because I think a little bit will be good, but I don't need to do like too much. Yeah. Let's see. Scottish Iron says, Exhibit 1, I've not cleared up after happy hour the other day. I totally accept that, Diane. That's like really, was that a problem? That's an issue? don't know. There we go. Okay, let's get this on there and call this sorted. Okay, so here's what I've done. I've filled in like 6 randomy-ish circles, and I'll have that layered in behind here. You'll notice I didn't take the backs like out of those pieces. I didn't bother popping them out. Like they're not just like falling out, so I'm just gonna leave them because they're completely covered by the photo. So here's what the layers kind of are looking in like right now. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Ta-da, ta-da. There, that's how we're doing so far. So that looks pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna put any other pattern paper on there. I think not. You guys like my cute little trash bin? It's pink to match my room. You're all surprised, right? Let's see. Heather says, I'll admit I'm doing schoolwork, but I just wanted the company. Aw. And Kristen says, I struggle with journaling. I want to tell the story, but it's not my strong point. It's not as fun for me as the creative part. I know sometimes the hardest part, I think, is leaving enough room to put a meaningful story, because I'll have this many words and I've left this much space. So that becomes a big problem. Brielle says, I'm so grateful for this. When I have a life conflict, I'm so sad because I look forward to this every month. Aw, she wants to scrapbook with us, and I love that. Aw. Okay, so this is going to go on there. So I think I want to think about adding my title and kind of just how I'm going to put that on. I think I'm going to put it on like overlapping over the photo down here. I think I'm going to stick this on here now. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick this on. So this liquid glue that I'm using, just in case anybody wants to know, is from Fawn. It's the Fawn glue tube, and it's makes a really nice line. You can make it like super thin as you squeeze it out. So, you know, I'm not like selling them, although if you want me to find you an affiliate link, I will do that. Yeah, I think that they're super nice because you can make it very, very thin and fine. So I'll just put it in a couple places on the backing. There. And now the super fun part, getting this lined up on there without getting glue all over my fingers. No promises on that. Okay, excellent. Good, that's on. I'm gonna use this little thing on here, the little ribbon that says hello, because it'll be like, I can use that like in my journaling about hello, are you there? Are you still there? Aren't you ever gonna call your mother? You know, that might sound a little desperate, but you know. Natalie said, oh, Heather said her homework is in Latin. Oh, glad it's yours and not mine. Okay, so the journal, or the photo is gonna go here. I don't know if I want to stick it down until I've actually done the actual physical writing on here. And I'm thinking, just looking at this, I might actually mat this onto some white underneath it, because I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You can actually see through the photo a little bit. And will that matter? Maybe not right now, but over the long run, it might show through a little bit, and that's not as good. So I might grab some white paper just to put underneath there. So maybe what I'll do is I'll stick the white paper down, and then I can stick this to the white paper, and then I can continue building. We'll have a look here. Oh, a massive 3.5 inches. All right, this is, let's see, 7.5 by 8.5. Good. Apparently I didn't measure properly. It's a little bit smaller than that. All good. Okay, so that's on there. That looks better because I could just see like the outline of the cut file. I was just worried that over time you're gonna like really see that through there. Briella says, I think it's hysterical that your trash bin is labeled. That and the inside of my cupboards in my kitchen so that my husband knows where to put the dishes and I don't have to have an Easter egg hunt. And let's see, this was just to cutify it because I used to host little workshops in my room, and when I did that I had like 2 little trash bins out on the table, and you know, I just thought, well, you know, that way everybody knows that's the trash. So it was for a plan. Okay, so I'm going to call the page Missing You because I think that's very appropriate with how I'm feeling. I'm looking at where I can maybe stick this thing. I don't know if I want it at the top of the journaling, or I think I'm going to like do a little cluster on the side. That'll be different for me. Ooh, let me go stepping outside of my normal box. Huh? Yeah, Scottish Diane says, I totally relate with Heather. Virtual company makes a world of difference to an empty house. Not that my house is empty, but my kids are old enough to be entertaining themselves. I know. It's so funny when they're not like, Mom, Mom, Mom. They're like, hide away in the basement. I haven't seen them for 3 days. Okay, so let's get some letters out. And, oh, good, I do have it. I always like to line my letters up on my ruler. So let's do that. Oh, their M's in this set look like W's. Strange. Okay, so how do I want the letters? I think okay, let's does anybody else like struggle to use like thicker sets? Like you buy them because you're like, these are beautiful, and then when you actually have to mix the colors, you're like, oh, I wish there was this color, or oh, I wish there was that, or you know, you just kind of struggle a little bit with the color scheme of them. No, just me, right? Yeah, this is gonna be good. It's all good. Which N? There's a gold. I don't really want to add gold in here, so I'm trying to avoid certain colors. Missing. Apparently, I can't spell. I'm leaving out an I. That one just looks so pink. That's too pale. Okay, going with the pinky pink one. Missing. Did someone say they're doing pink? They're inspired by my pink. Heather says, you guys don't expect me to do things for you while I'm with you. Thanks, gang. You need a telephone. Hey, I just learned the word for kill. Some words are important to learn, Heather. Missing you. Okay, so I haven't stuck this down, but I know I'm going to layer my title over part of it down here because I want to do that. So I'm actually going to stick it down and I'll have the words okay. Cool. So now I'll know how to line it up. Because I'll know exactly where it'll go now. Okay, missing you. Y-O-U. Oh, there's a pink U. I guess I'll do this one. There. So I've got half of it on the photo and half of it is on the page, but that's okay. And my journaling is going to go right onto the photo. So I'm going to stick this on here. And now I can finish embellishing and I'll just keep the layers from, I'll have the title kind of lined up. I think I'm going to need to add a little bit of adhesive to the back of those letters, but I think these ones will stick because this is like photo paper, right? And I think they'll stick there. But these ones I think will probably need extra adhesive. Because let's be real, thickers don't thick. Thickers don't stick. Thickers don't thick. Let's see. Jen says, I haven't made it to many of these, but I love it when I'm able to join. I just took a pizza break, but I'm happily back. Oh, okay. So going back to the whole multicolored thickers, Scottish Diane says, I only tend to buy the neutral letters for that reason. And Heather says, have you tried to use the white ones and color to your layout? Are you talking about the letters? I love white thicker letters. That's a good thing for me. I love them. I think the ones I have the most of, black, obviously, because there's lots of black. Gold. I have a ton of gold. And then I think white would probably be my third color. Yes, probably even more than pink, believe it or not. Yeah, these are like peeling up so easy. That's hilarious because there's no way they were going to stick. So I have a question. Is anybody going to any Halloween parties this weekend? Because I am. I'm really excited. I'm going to a Halloween party. Natalie says, this is the great benefit of being a digi-scrapper. If the colors don't work, I simply recolor them. Yes, that would be a definite advantage. The disadvantage is that I would have to actually learn how to do the digi-scrapping. It's that whole learn new things. And I've made some half-hearted attempts at learning digi-scrapbooking, but let's just say, like, I could have tried a little harder. Kristen says, yes, the certain letters I want to use don't look so great together. So I'm actually pretty happy with how this went together. So the photo is not stuck down, so I will hold on to it. But I think that works pretty good. I've got a mix of like the pinks and the blues, and you kind of get the same colors that I've filled in the background. I don't feel that any of them are really sticking out except for that pink one, but the option for eyes were not super good. There was one that was super pale. I don't think it was okay. I think this is fine. Plus, I'm gonna add in one of these little things that says hello. Because how often, okay, so you guys know that with those embellishments, like these kind of words and stuff, they kind of go around in circles for a while, right? Like for a while, what was it? Best day ever. How many things did you have that said best day ever? And you're like, okay, well, if I've used that once, I probably can't use it again because how many best day evers am I going to have? But since, oh, am I sticking it on there? Okay, apparently I am. Okay, well, this is going to go right there, apparently. I don't want to stick that all underneath there yet. Let's get a piece of something here. Get a piece of this packaging. Put it on the back of that thing so I can peel it off. Yeah, so best day ever, but lately it's been hello. Everything is hello, hello, hello. How many times have you ever actually tried to say hello on a page? Once, maybe, when you're talking about phoning somebody? Like, I don't know, but it's like one of those phrases that I'm just like, yep, I used that once. I'm good now for forever and ever. It's supposed to be missing you, not missing an I, Alice. Thanks, Natalie. That was super good. I was leaving out my eye. Tammy Lee says, yeah, stickers don't stick. Are you dressing up for your Halloween party? I am. I'm super excited. So this is, I'm not quite done. Okay, as soon as I'm done this, we'll do our draw. And I will show you a piece of my Halloween costume. And you will be like, I will be super excited to show you. Okay, so do I want some more of these little pieces? Ooh, yes. These little things. Okay, gotta have one of those. Today, enjoy. Love. Story noted. Okay, I'm gonna use the love because partly it's going the right way. Now it says there's like a little bit of stuff on here. Oh yeah, I'm able to peel it off. Okay. Oh, that's coming off like super easy. Oh, so like the little tiny little bit of plastic that was on there. I'm gonna use the love and I'm gonna put that right above this thing, kind of pointing into my story. And then I might use another one on the other side that says, I don't know if I will. Kind of wish they were pointing, oh, I can do story. Ooh, maybe that's better than love. Maybe I'll keep the love handy. Or I could try today. That's the other one. Today. How many todays do we have? Every day is today. And then by the time we're scrapbooking, it's not today anymore. So I just don't feel it. Like, anybody else struggle with that? Oh, yeah, this is super cute. That's totally going on there. Okay, so there's backing on both sides. And that's going to go on there. So I don't know if that adhesive is strong enough. I'm going to use this adhesive right here. This stuff is like tough. There's no mucking around with this. When you use your liquid glass, it will stick. So don't mess up when you stick it on because where you put it, it will stay. Okay. I've only put adhesive on half of it because I want the other, because I haven't stuck the photo down. Oh, so cute. I'm getting some arrows on my page. Okay, come on. The backing's coming off. Okay, we're getting really close to this page being done, other than the fact that, you know, I won't have the journaling done until after. But I will post it up on my page, on my website, on the scrapbookwonderland.com. The last page that I did, it's on the site. There's like the September one. There's a couple posts on there. Let's see, what else do I have that I've posted recently? Oh, there's another session that I'm doing. So anybody that likes these live sessions, we are doing a Scrap Smarter session. So this is a once a month thing where I have a special instructor come in. This looks crooked. Should have put this a little bit sideways. It looks a little crooked. I'm having an instructor come in. So Scrap Smarter, we're doing it on Monday, the 29th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So Monday evening, if you are in the North America time zones. Janet from RTS Scrapbooking is going to be our guest instructor. So what we will do is we'll watch a little scrappy video that Janet has made just for us. And then we will have Janet there to ask questions and do like basically a whole little consult with us to share more about the idea that she showcases, like the technique or tip or trick, like whatever she's showcasing in the video, we'll talk more about it with her. Because that's one thing that on YouTube videos, you can watch them and sometimes you have a question, and if you don't have the person right there, by the time they've responded to your question, it's like you've moved on, you forgot all about it, like you kind of have gone forward. So I think that yeah, just having these kind of Scrap Smarter sessions. So if you are a ScrapHappy member, you can access those Scrap Smarter sessions at any time. And if you are not a ScrapHappy member, you're welcome to join us for the live session on Monday. And the replay will be on the website for a week, and that's at scraphappy.org. And then after a week, they go into the vault for the ScrapHappy members. So yeah. Yes. If you're addressing the page to somebody, you can use a hello. Scottish Diane says you can use a hello for a new baby. Natalie says I use hello for hello autumn or seasonal changes. Hello to another year older. Hello, never ending laundry piles. Hello to morning routine, everyday routine pages. Hello, friend. Hello to my abundant zucchini patch. Well, that gives me a good new perspective. Natalie says, I'm done my page today, so I'm going to bid you all adieu. I'm headed down to the basement to declutter and clear more space for the boys to enjoy being inside during the upcoming colder season. And Jen, yeah, it's liquid glass from Close to My Heart. That's the adhesive I was using on those acrylic pieces. It sticks really good. Okay, so this looks good. There's some like little things. They're cute. I'm gonna add a couple of these because they're in adorably bright colors. And let's see. And let's go one more cute little, that's that pink again, too bright. Okay, so that's good. I used some of those little bits from Freckled Fawn. I didn't put any of that washi tape or the wooden pieces on there, but that's okay. I do have my sequins for later. This is looking so good. Okay, so now all it needs is the story. I'm gonna hold this up so that you can see, but this is where I'm going to leave it right now for the journaling. I think that turned out super cute. You can see I've got like a little embellishment cluster going on here, and there's one at the top. And I'm not sure, but I may or may not add like 1 or 2 little things right down here, just so that there's like 3 little zones, but I might not, I don't know. That's, you know, I'll have a look at it once I've added the journaling, kind of see how that changes the weight of the page. So that is pretty cute. Pretty happy with that. Yay! Okay, so Lionel, yay! Congratulations for making it. We are just going to do our draw right now. We have 18 people in the house. Let's have a look here. And one of those is me. So that means that we've got 17 people in the house. Let's pull up a random number generator. Random number generator. And we're going to have a maximum of 17. And I will hit generate. And it says 14. So let's go down to the bottom of the thing. Got 17, 16, 15, 14. Rebecca. Rebecca, you, congratulations. Rebecca is on video. I can see her. She's like, yay! Yeah. She's like waving around, so excited. That's awesome. So Rebecca, I'm going to get you to email me at alice@alicebull.com. I will type that into the thing down here so that you can see Alice at Alice. I can't even type my own name, guys. This is really bad. I've made like 4 spelling mistakes. Okay, there we go. So that's my email address. Please pop me an email and you will be contacted by Allison Gerling from the Wild Hair Kits. I'll send her your information and she will get you to set up your own custom style profile and you will get a free kit. So yay, they're super fun. You saw all the fun things that are in my kit. You'll get something like that too, but it'll be custom to your style. And that is the super cool thing about the kit. And honestly, even if you're not the grand winner like Rebecca today, I'd definitely check out the site because I think that the kits are like $40, just under $40, right around there. So to Canada, actually, I'm in Canada, so the kits are $38.95 US dollars. My shipping and handling cost to Canada is really reasonable at $11.99. So it's flat rate shipping for the kit. So for me, like, it comes to $50.94. And that's pretty great because getting shipping to Canada can be super torturous. So very excited. I'm so excited. Rebecca looks super happy and I'm like super happy to always be able to share good news. We have had several of the gals that have won their kits and when they get their stuff, like, so excited. So feel free to share about that. Like if you're an Instagrammer, if you're anything, like feel free to share about that and mention at the Wild Hair Kits. You should follow them because they are always posting super good stuff. They have a great design team. And yeah, and tag me too. I'm at Alice Bull on Instagram. So next up is my pocket page. This page is, I don't know if it'll like sit up here properly. It's gonna sit up here semi-properly. There we go. So my pocket page. I don't have a lot of pictures printed because I don't have a bunch. However, speaking of that kid that I'm missing, I was able to go down to Lethbridge and visit him at his school last weekend. So super exciting. Oh, Heather says the videos of the design team are fun to watch and you get to see so many different ways product comes out to each designer. Yeah, they are customized kits. So super fun. Okay, let's put a little bit of stuff in the garbage here since I gotta clean up my space a bit, and then I can start on the pocket page. So, oh, I do love this arrow paper. I think I'm gonna build my pocket page around this arrow paper because I just love that. And I love the confetti paper, but I think it would be better to see all of that on a page than to cut that up. So maybe the arrows. Oh, I love that paper. Oh, I could do that arrow. No. Oh, or, okay, so let's have a look. Let's show off my page. Actually, I forgot, I haven't taken pictures of this yet, actually. So it hasn't been posted on the site. This is the pocket page from last month. And you will remember that you may remember, if you have a better memory than me, you remember that I used a 6x6 pad of paper for my papers, and they were all like really rusticy, like rusted metal kind of design papers. And in here I have got my September and my son driving off to college. These are my high school gals we got together. I did make a scrapbook page about us getting together, but I thought putting this in here kind of gives me both. I get like the fun of the scrapbook page from the Love You to the Core page where we did our Apple stuff. And this is the color version of the photo, whereas on my layout, I used a little tiny black and white one. And then I have my older son, Joe. He's over at our house playing piano. He came home on the weekends. I've got hanging out with some of my girlfriends. I've got more pictures and stuff in here. You can see some of that rusty kind of paper and stuff that I've used. There's more pictures underneath here because I just love those little flip-flaps and stuff. Oh my gosh. And then, oh, I didn't do my journaling. Okay, so in that whole telling stories about my kids going off to school, I apparently have a little bit of homework to do. So I've got pictures of all my son's stuff, him going off to school, and I use like those little tiny sticker letters to spell out different things. So packing, University of Lethbridge, leaving home, moving in, dorm room, college time. So I've got all of those things kind of labeled on here. And I just kept it really simple. The only thing I've added for an embellishment on here really is like a flare button that has like some books on it, like little study books. So I thought that was super cute. So I've got a little bit of homework, but this is the back side that I will be working with here today for my pocket page. And I have a couple of photos. Oh, that's hilarious. I printed the same photo twice. Maybe I'll give it to my friends at Scrapbooks. So both of these ones are horizontal, so that's not going to work with this. But what I normally do is I put a vertical page next to a horizontal page so I can tell both kinds of stories. Now, obviously, I'm going to need a few more photos. Let's have a look here and see really quick what I can find. Oh, where is the photos of? Oh, that's hilarious. They haven't downloaded off my phone. That's why I didn't see them. Huh. I love it, the way that the technology decides to talk, not talk, do its own little thing. Okay, so I don't have those pictures, so I'll have to go ahead and move forward without them for today. So I have here a 12 by 12 sheet that is all horizontal, or two of them. Okay, and I've showed, okay, but maybe I've got some new people here that might like to see. So I really like having different kinds of pocket pages, but I needed a way to kind of be able to find them. So I have this hanging drawer thing that I've had for a gazillion years, and I've separated my page protectors all into here. And recently I was working on some scrapbook room tidying up. I don't know if it looks a little different in the background. It does, but it's not super clean yet. Still working on it. But in that cleanup, I was able to add all of my flip-flaps into this system as well. So I literally have all of my plastic page protector type stuff together, and it's on wheels and it rolls right underneath the counter. They designed it at the perfect height so it's easy to kind of tuck out of the way. So that's perfect. And don't ask me who makes it. Like, there's literally no words on it. So if somebody knows, go ahead and tell me, but I have no idea who makes the rolling bin, and it was a million years ago. So good luck trying to find one. Yeah, so that's good. So I did a couple of different things. I had my birthday, so that was super fun. And then I went to a swim conference right at the end of September, but I'm putting that in my October because it totally fits with that. Paper. There we go. Paper trimmer. So when I cut this paper, the arrows are all different directions. Like normally when you have paper, it kind of has one way that the pattern is up, right? So if we were looking at, I don't know, something floral like this or whatever, right? Like you can use it sideways, but then your vines are going like sideways across the wall kind of thing instead of like vertical. I look at that paper and I think that is vertical paper. In my head, yeah, you could use it sideways, but it just doesn't look right to me. So when I'm cutting my papers for my page protectors, I'm always trying to like think about how do I make sure that I'm keeping things in the right orientation. So I usually do 2 in one direction and 2 that are 2 horizontal and 2 vertical, if that makes any sense. And I like to create these month in review. I think somewhere, oh my gosh, I've been saving it for a while. I have the word October, I think. I think it's October. Okay, I've been saving this to use for quite some time. It's October, and is it wood veneer? Oh yeah, it's a wood veneer. It's super cute. It's like totally beautiful. So that is going on here, coming right out of the stash. Because I obviously got it one year in October and forgot to use it. Never happens. Let's see. So curious. Okay. Let's get a couple more. And I can do the October on top of the arrow paper, since I love it so much. And this was from Crepe Paper. How does that look on there? Yeah, it'll be fine. There we go. If I wanted to add a little extra color into this, I could do that too. I should have some pictures from birthday cake and stuff like that somewhere. Oh my gosh, I have this one. All of the kids attacking me. How adorable. Those are my nieces and nephews. And my husband he got them gathered up downstairs, and then they all came up and climbed onto me. So it was very cute. Okay, so going back to the discussion about Halloween, because I kind of teased you and I said I would show you after, and I totally will. I have to pop around to the other side of the room, and I'll be right back. I got my little skirt and ruby red slippers. Woo, woo, woo. So I literally made those. They're like shedding glitter like insanity, but they're super cute. So I've got my Halloween costume. I'm gonna have to take those things outside and shake them. I've just got like red glitter on everything here. They're so bad. But yeah, so it's gonna be Dorothy this year for the Wizard of Oz. Very excited. Tammy says, pocket pages are so quick. I love to do lots of detail, but not every page can be that fiddling. Simple pocket pages gets the job done fast. And that's exactly where I went with like the last month, right? Like, I'm like, I could add more embellishments, but I didn't need more embellishments to tell the story, right? It was getting them done. I just reached the point where that was the better option than like not, right? Like, let's see. Polka dots. I think I just need a simple cardstock, I think, for the next part. And I never ask for cardstock in my kits because I always want like pretty shiny papers. Oh, let's have a look at this. Oh, that's the other side of that paper that I love so much. Now I'm gonna save that. So I could use this, but I don't think I'll have enough to go for too many things here. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out a piece of cardstock to go with this. Excellent. Okay, well this looks like my layout. Like, I don't know what else I can add without having more photos printed. So yeah, well, so my plan for today is the ruby red slippers. Go to my brother's. He actually decorates his whole house up. I do have a picture of that. My son texted. He said, I told him good luck today. He said, thank you. Unfortunately, I didn't go super quick. The hotel bed sucked. Oh, traveling not with his mom. He's not quite as spoiled. Poor kid. Yeah, I feel really bad for him, by the way. Come on, open up. Okay, so I was going to show. Layouts. Yeah, none of these photos. Oh, here's my brother's house. Okay. So here we go. You can see those columns and the fence that's in his front yard there. Those are not real. They're made out of styrofoam and PVC pipe. So he like puts out this fencing. There's skeletons and graveyards and all of these animatronic things. He's got these gigantic, okay, here's this picture, me with my nephew. And behind us is an 8-foot tall werewolf that moves and its eyes glow and stuff like that. He's got like two of those kind of things, and there's a tree that moves kind of creepy, and oh my gosh, it's hilarious. He just does Halloween, so I'll have some fun photos from that. Deborah says, I'll see you all next time if I can get my act together. And Jen says, I have a hard time with pocket pages too, Brielle. Like you, I want to do something with each pocket. Because I do a monthly spread, my goal within my pocket pages is to hit the highlights of the month and to tell like little pieces of the events that we're doing, and not necessarily the things that I would create a whole scrapbook page about. So a good example is so last month I created this layout to recognize like my friends and I getting together, peeling apples, hanging out with my high school gals. And that was the page that I created during Scrapbook Live last month. But in my page that I did, I have the picture of us together, right? It's my high school gals getting together. And I've got that in here, and I think I put like a little note about it in here. But it's not like the big story that I necessarily put into this part. I'm not saying that I don't put actual stories in here, and I will put like the adventure of my son going off to school and some of that stuff, but it's definitely more event stuff. I found that I was really not having fun making pages about things like birthdays and just a lot of the repetitive things that we do all the time. Like I take pictures at them, but they're not necessarily things that have meaningful stories behind them. So that's when I found that I was leaving out a lot of these pictures and a lot of like just a little things that kind of give you that overview of what life really looks like. And so that's where I started making my pocket pages to fill in that overview of life. Whereas with my layouts, I can dig into the stories a little bit more and tell some of the more important things that I have going on. And like this one's not like a super important thing, but I think that, you know, the fact that it's 20 plus years after graduation, and we still make the time to get together and bring our families together, I think that's important stuff, right? Like, yeah. And I found that this gave me the opportunity to make those artistic and pretty pages where I can get more into my stories and still feel like I didn't like leave everything else out, because that was where I was. So I think between the two, I've kind of found my rhythm in scrapbooking. And I love that we sit down and do this together, because even though I don't necessarily finish my pocket pages while we're on here together, it forces me to get them done. And I don't love this part as much, right? You can probably tell. I'm like, yeah, I can just stick some stuff on here and I'll do this. I don't love this part as much because I want to spend my time doing the layouts where I can like, you know, fiddle and play and do the artistic bits. But this part, I think, was an important part of my story, that before I was making the pocket pages, I was trying to do that in layouts, and I got like super bored of making layouts that just didn't have much of a story to them. So that's kind of my whole mental process, maybe just mental, my whole mental process as far as the whole pocket page thing has gone. Yeah, Jen says, I have a hard time with pocket pages too, Brielle. Like, you don't want to do something with each pocket. She said, I like that thought process. I could probably embrace pocket paging more with that mindset. Brielle says, I love pocket pages in concept. It's more the design that seems to take forever with pocket pages. Yeah, and because I've simplified it, right? I've really simplified it. Vertical, horizontal. And I know that on my phone, like when I'm taking pictures, sometimes they're vertical and sometimes they're horizontal. This gives me enough landscape to do both. I can always print like horizontal ones that are 3x4s, right? So that I could fit them into a horizontal spot or half of a horizontal spot. But I like having that opportunity to have both of them as big pictures on that one layout, because I'm only going to do that one layout. So that's where that all ends up. Oh, I want to use some of these florals. These look really cute. Oh, I'm going to open up these little bits and try to include some of those in here. Should be good because it's my birthday. Happy days. And awesome. Oh, that's perfect, right? For on that one. Yeah, and I do find that I embellish these differently than I would. I'm a little more relaxed and carefree with how I embellish these ones. So I think that that's a fun thing too. Sometimes it's like sparse, like no embellishments, and sometimes it's like, let's just stick it all on there. It's all good. So I'm going to try to use these on here because I think they're super cute. And I am going to leave it like that. I think that we're wrapped up pretty much here for today. So thank you so much for joining me for this Scrapbook Live session. Our next one will be in November. I will be releasing the date fairly soon in early November. So hopefully I'll have that out right away and everybody can join me for the next one. I really look forward to this time together because I love to get my stories told and I love to scrapbook with other people. Before we go, I would love to have show and tell. If anybody has any show and tell stuff that they would like to share on camera, we would love to see it and I can bring you up on camera. But my scrappy inspiration right now is like at the point that I don't know where to move on from this. Brielle says, thank you, wonderful Alice. Oh, I'll take that. You're welcome, wonderful Brielle. Tammy says, I like using an empty pocket for either journaling, an on-point sticker, or other embellishment. Yeah, I have a hard time leaving empty pockets because I print more photos than I need usually. Yeah, so anybody volunteering for show and tell, if you're on camera already, you can hold something up and be like, look at this, I made this. And if nobody's like, nah, I'm good, I'll pass, then that's fine too. And we won't have show and tell today. If you want to see more things, you can pop over to scrapbookwonderland.com. I've got a couple of new posts up on there. I also have the process video where I make that apple layout from last month. So there is like the full Scrapbook Live 1.5 to 2 hour session, but then I also have a short little 7 or 8 minute version of this page coming together where I've narrated over the top and just talked about some of the design choices that went into that and how I crowdsource for my titles and helpful tips like that. So yes. Marnie says, thank you so much, Alice. And I love your room. Oh, thank you so much. Heather says, I'll post what my Halloween things look like in the ScrapHappy site later. Well, that's awesome too. Yay. Okay, well, I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks so much for joining me. If you are looking for more of this and you are not subscribed, you can pop over to scrapbookwonderland.com/subscribe and get on the email list, and then you'll be able to join us next month for the next live session. Don't forget, our Scrap Smarter session is October 29th. That is hosted by the ScrapHappy family, but it is free for everybody to join on the 29th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can also catch the replay if you can't make that live session for a week afterwards. So it will be up there for a week on the scraphappy.org site. In the menu, you'll see Scrap Smarter. So just go and click on that. So that'll be a lot of fun too. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. Happy scrapping, everybody. Have a great day.